Hi everyone, this is Jassi again, and we are today at El Monte Eco Lodge. This is our favorite place in the cloud forest of Ecuador. Luckily, we have today a beautiful day, and we are having a blast with these beautiful gardens. As you can see here, the pool. We are gonna have our cold dip later on, and we have these beautiful wooden cabins here, as you'll be seeing along the way. Come on, follow me. I am very excited about today because we are going to be interviewing Tom, who is one of the owners and founders of this beautiful property. So as you can see, the property lays along the Mindo River, which is an incredible pristine white water. So as you can see, the river goes along the property. And one of the nicest features of El Monte is the entrance. Not traditional, but incredibly mysterious. So there is no entrance. You actually fly across the river on this very small cable car, and you're in here. So it's very exclusive and feels very special. Human powered, no bridges. So it helps keeping the property isolated from the rest of the town and create this beautiful island of natural reserve that it is. We're talking about 40 hectares of forest. As you can see, this is the system, how it works. Simple cable car, 2 people flying across the river each time. Super fun way to enter this beautiful little island of peace and birds, beautiful forest. Let's go in. So cabins along the river, 6 wooden cabins, very eco-friendly, biofilters. The water actually comes from a micro hydro that produces the energy that feeds the different cabins, as well as the main house. All of these beautiful trails with pristine forest. We're at more or less 1,800 meters, so birders paradise. You have orchids, bromeliads, lots of birds. And the way these guys put together this property, it's pretty much about the forest and reserve, but it's also about an ecological way of life. We're talking about organic gardens, where our meals, most of the ingredients for our meals come from. And we have the main house up there, which is this beautiful social area with open space, where there is the restaurant and reading areas and social areas. And well, this is perfect spot for birdwatch because you have the open space and all of this surrounding forest that you're seeing. So incredibly special place. Let's go, let's continue checking it out. So this is the social area of El Monte. You can see there are a few of our clients down there. And the beautiful thing about this space, apart from the views and the peace that it transmits, is that it's actually fully connected and integrated with the surrounding gardens and forests. You can actually see and birdwatch from while having breakfast or having lunch. So there you go. Look at that. Really amazing. And the fun thing is that Tom will be here, and we're gonna be interviewing him and chatting a little bit more about his beautiful project. Welcome to El Monte. So we are in the social area of El Monte, and this is one of the nicest surprises you can get. Imagine this view for a bathroom. World class. So now we're going behind the scenes at Del Monte. This is where Tom keeps his tools and everything that makes El Monte so cool and functional. First of all, his little greenhouse where Mariela and him plant his tomatoes, all of the compost that is needed for an organic operation like this. An incredibly organized storage house and full of tools and cool stuff. Seeing some cacao here. Some of the maize drying. Some cacao drying there to make chocolate. More tomatoes everywhere. Some of the to-do list, the register of the plants. I'm so jealous of these tools, so organized. I wish I had like that. Some of the food being prepared here for the animals, and the kids having a blast in the little farm with the chicken. Probably all of the eggs that we ate this morning are organic from here. Everything looking so cute. Hello, Titi. Alegria, Tiago, Tio down there, driving nuts the little chicken. Incredible, so cool. A lot going on. The building back there is kind of the staff room, as well as the offices and where the research also goes on with the volunteers that come to El Monte. So we're going fishing now. With the kids with the tools. Tom finally showed up. He's gonna lead us to the secret spot. We're gonna get our lunch. It's Alegria there with the net. Tiago with the fly fishing pole. Oh, problems. Oh. Hey, Tiago. Ooh, now it's fresh and cool out of the sun. Beautiful. Tiago's in real troubles here. I think he got it now. Vámonos. So I mentioned earlier that El Monte was an eco lodge and a sustainable lodge. And when I'm talking about renewable energy, this is one of the most creative micro hydro system that I've seen. You know, everything looks beautiful as always with Tom and Mariela. They're always looking into the details. So you have this tube here that brings the water that is coming from the Mindo River that is right there. So bring a little bit of water via this tube here, and you have energy being produced here. You can see the system, so you can actually learn how things work. The water is moving this turbine down here that is producing the energy that is storage in these batteries and going into these converters and feeding the lodge with clean energy. Awesome. I love this. And while that happens, Tom created a little pool there with some trout, and they are giving it a go now for lunch. Let's see if we get lucky. So I'm finally here with Tom and Mariela, beautiful founder and owners of El Monte, and it's very exciting to be here, guys. Always super happy. We had a wonderful weekend. Thank you very much.
It's always great to have you guys out here.
I'm very sad to leave actually later today. And I gotta say, we have a lot in common, right?
Sure.
Our passion for ecotourism, our passion for the forests, our work with indigenous groups in the Amazon, I think the only thing that we don't have that common about is our knowledge of birds. You know, I'm pretty sure I saw a blue-footed booby around here at some point. So that's, you know,
So just flew across the squirrel
Yeah.
cuckoo just flew, yeah.
you see. So I really love, you know, your home. You know, we feel like at home. So thank you very much for having us again. And so we're trying to share good news from Ecuador now that we reopened. It's been a rough period for all of us. And a lot of people is interested about the cloud forest. We know how close it is from Quito. We feel like people will be looking for open space like this post-COVID, and so I think this is a fabulous place to come after, you know, arrival in Quito, spend some time here, and then go to the Galapagos Islands or some of the Ecuadorian Andes, for example. So tell us, guys, tell us a little bit about Del Monte. How did you end up here?
Okay, so we started about 22 years ago. I came down to Ecuador, worked in the Amazon, and as we both did, and we've known you guys for 20 years now. And so we, you know, I got a taste of the ecotourism bug, and I was have a degree in biology from before, so I wanted to get back to the nature. And so Mariela was in Quito; she's originally from the coast, and so she loved the mountains. I loved the forest. We started coming out. We're both bird watchers. Fell in love with Mindo. Mindo wasn't Mindo then. It was a forest that was great. The bird watchers had discovered it, but not much else. And so we decided to put a lodge here. We bought the property about 26 years ago, and we've had the business going for about 22 years. The whole purpose of the thing, we never did a business plan or anything. We just said we just want to live in Mindo. That was the whole thing.
Awesome.
Quito was great to live, but we wanted to live more out in the forest. And so we ended up here, and I think it was a good decision.
So it's a love story.
A love story. Yeah.
Right, awesome.
It's a three-way between Mariela, myself, and the forest. So.
Wonderful. So tell us about the lodge. What is this a reserve? Is a lodge? Is a combination of both? What people we showed earlier today a little bit about the surrounding of the lodge. We saw the cabins, the organic garden, and the behind the scenes, even the kids fishing and all that. So, but tell us in more detail what the lodge is all about.
Well, we had a couple of major influences on us, and one of them was the Selva Jungle Lodge. I came here in 1991 to work as a tour guide there. So I got the ecotourism bug, and I thought that's the best way to save forests, to empower people, work with indigenous communities, local communities, and so the wealth gets spread around. So I worked there. It was a fantastic experience. Eric Schwartz brought me down. I'll give him a call out to him. But we also went down to Al-Andalus. And Al-Andalus, they did another part. They did the sustainable tourism. They had the garden going, recycling, all this other stuff.
Pacific Coast.
Pacific Coast. So very different, but also with the same vibe. And so we saw that we needed to combine the two, because one did ecotourism and not sustainable tourism, and the other did one without the other. So we came out here, and it was Mariela's idea to put El Monte Sustainable Lodge, and to put sustainable on there was to put some a pressure on us, basically to be sustainable. And we've been working for 20-something years on it, with some successes, lots of failures, just like a lot of people. But the pandemic, I mean, I know it's been a huge impact on the whole world, as it was here. We had 7 months without any kind of income, which, I mean, we're not complaining. We had a great lockdown here. We've enjoyed it in a lot of ways. But it also helped us to put a little bit more meat behind the sustainable part.
Right.
And so we started working harder on the food element. So now we're producing and selling a little bit of vegetables. We had our first trout today. So
Yes.
half-pound trout.
I kind of helped him.
Yeah. Just scared him over into my hook.
Yeah.
So we're doing things now that we weren't able to do before. So, you know, it was good to kind of take a little refresh. We've redone a lot of stuff. We kept our workers on, and our workers have been fantastic, like always, and they've all pitched in and helped us kind of renovate the place. So we've taken advantage of that. So
you have renewable energy, I guess. You have, how do you treat your waste?
Waste we do, and if people come, or I can send it to you even if you don't come. But it's a septic system. It's sand filters.
Okay.
It's a Swiss German system that when I worked on a flower farm for a while, and the guy came out and showed us how to do it. But it's basically you just run the waste through the filters, the sand filter, and it comes out from on the other end.
Cool, cool. And this is probably the most beautiful piece of the lodge, right? In terms of infrastructure. All open, it's, you know, you have games here, you have the dining area, everybody shares. So how did you come up with this beautiful design?
Well, Mariela's the designer of the two of us. She's the visionary in that way. So we started out very humble, just two people. We didn't take out much of loans or anything like that. We did it on a shoestring. So there was, when we bought the property, it was an old abandoned house, and so we put a thatched roof on it, dressed it up. I got a handsaw and cut out the walls of it and made half walls, and that's kind of evolved over the last 20 something years into this. So it's kind of been grown organically. So Mariela, when she's the builder and I'm the explainer, but she said, I like this view over here, so she said, leave me a big dormer window here.
All right.
Leave this part here open, and then
So integrated with nature, huh?
yeah, we wanted something that didn't clash, because we think that Mindo is, cloud forests in general are spectacularly beautiful, and we didn't want anything to clash with the natural beauty.
And we have six cabins, right?
Yeah,
All overlooking the Mindo River.
yeah.
So the sound of the water coming down is also part of the experience, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wonderful. So now today is October 11, and Ecuador has been reopened properly. I mean, without quarantine for the last 2 months, since July, August. We actually have as Tropic a few clients on the ground. We have some folks in the Galapagos now. We have some people in Quito. So it's actually exciting to start seeing some movement. How do you feel about it? Are you ready to reopen? Are you ready to welcome again people into your life and your home? How are you guys prepared for this new?
Yeah, we're open,
period?
and we've been reopened for about 2 or 3 weeks, I guess, something like that. 2 weeks. And so we've had 3 or 4 groups. We had our first Americans that came, the last group of left a few days ago. So what basically happened, they flew into Quito, they had their tests and stuff. They came out to here, stayed with us 2 nights, went from here to Papayacta, the thermal springs, and then went back home.
All right.
And it all went really well, and so now they said they're going to bring back their family and stuff. So it's definitely doable. We're taking all the precautions. We're all open, like you said. We don't take in day visitors. We don't take in people for lunch or anything like that. So it's just basically once you get here, then you're all by yourself. And then the cooks live here, so they've been quarantined and wear masks and stuff like that. So we're definitely being safe. While you're here, because it's just us, you don't have to wear a mask if you don't want to. If you want to, you can. So I think it's kind of, a lot of places like this are uniquely qualified to take in people during this pandemic.
Yeah.
And the main thing is safety, to make sure that people are safe when they're here.
Yes, agreed. Yeah, I think that the biggest concern right now people have when travel abroad will be their health and safety for sure.
Yeah.
And but I also think it's all about the fun and all of the things that they will be learning from places like this and ecosystems like this. So just to wrap up, guys, I've been doing this quite a lot, and we love to share the places and share with the people that we love the most within this business. We're a big family, right? Well, now, yeah, I would say it's a big family all across Ecuador and around the world, with all of these partners that enjoy watching our videos now that they cannot be here enjoying, because we usually love to bring our partners from abroad to spend some time, understand how the product or the experience works, and then be able to inspire people to come, right? That's how our business works. So why don't you help us understand what can be done here at El Monte, and how we can help these guys inspire more people to continue coming to Ecuador?
Yeah, sure. When we came, like I said before, there was nothing much here, and then it just kind of started growing different businesses and stuff like that. When we first started, it was basically, let's go to the forest, look for birds. But now we still have the bird watching. Bird watching is better than ever, but there's a butterfly farm right across the river from us here. There's whitewater tubing. There's zip lines. Our Costa Rican guy putting zip lines, did a fantastic job there. There's a telecija, which is
kind of cable car, right?
Yeah, like a chairlift.
Yeah.
It goes up the side of the mountain with spectacular views over top of the valley. And then you can cross over on another cable that goes down, and you can walk into waterfalls. There's day trips to waterfalls. There's bicycle riding, horseback riding, chocolate factories down in town. It's no shortage of things to do here. Or you can just hang out and look at birds.
I was going to ask, and what about here? Here you have, I'm pretty sure, like we did this morning, and help you out in the gardens to harvest our salad and go fishing like you did. I couldn't catch anything, but at least we had 1 trout for 10 people today at lunch. That's my fault. And so can people participate like in the kitchen, cooking classes and stuff like that?
Sure.
Yeah? Yeah, all right. So yeah, I think that's what people will be looking for, right?
Yeah.
To have kind of intimate interaction with beautiful people like you guys, while learning from the ecosystem, while having fun and being a little bit active outside. But I think, well, you have like 40 hectares here, so
We do, yeah.
we went on a hike yesterday up in the mountain, and we didn't see anybody. So I guess we can spend easily here 3 or 4 days just enjoying nature within
Right.
the property, right?
Yeah, and recently, you know, it's hard to see in person, to be honest, but when the camera traps come out, puma, they come out regularly near the cabanas here, never caused any problems.
Right.
And the bear, the spectacled bear that we've also got on the camera trap, and he's also been near here destroying some palm trees and stuff like that. So, and small cats, wild cats, and deer and different stuff along with the birds.
That's 20 years of conservation work. It doesn't
Yeah.
come like that, right?
Yeah, it's a little pat on the back, I guess, that we can get, you know, to start seeing these animals start to come back and become abundant again. No hunting in Mindo. It's been a big, huge success story.
The swimming pool.
So my goddaughter over here mentioned that we should. Do you want to say something about the swimming pool?
Well, there is a pool if you want one.
And it's heated. It's warm.
Yeah, it's very warm.
No, it's about 68 degrees or something like that. So it's a little bit chilly, or 64 degrees, I think it is.
But once you get it, it's warm.
Yeah, so that's about 18 degrees, 17, 18 degrees Celsius. So these guys have been swimming all day.
Yeah, I did my little swimming as well, and woke me up. I go back to Quito with a lot of energy to endure another week in the office, trying to, you know, continue sharing our experiences, continue sharing what Ecuador is all about. I think within the context of a pandemic, it's been a rough period, right? We've been all struggling and trying to adapt our businesses and our minds, you know, on how is going to be the future of travel and all that. But I think that we've been doing that. We've been doing the future of travel for 20 years.
Right.
So I feel very comfortable about the path that we chose, like ecotourism, sustainable travel, experiential travel. So yeah, I just feel very honored to be here, guys, and having a few minutes with you, and grateful for you guys to share your vision of your place and your life with all of our friends here. And I really hope that we can send many people again here soon.
Okay.
All right.
Ready to receive it.
Thank you, guys.
Have you ever seen rain coming down?